Much.
Hello, council members.
Yes. So we each have 2 questions. We're just going to go down the line, ask you. It's not in order, but we're just taking turns, okay? So the questions are in front of you. If you're not sure, we can tell you what number we're on, and then.
Questions are in
Oh,
front.
I'm sorry. I thought you had the.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
Just
All right.
ask.
Okay, there we go. We'll start with Councilmember Nygaard then.
Mr. Jeff, I appreciate you coming forward and trying to fill a community service vacancy.
Councilmember Nygaard, can you turn your mic on?
Sorry. Mr. Jeffs, I just thank you for coming forward and being open to fill a public service vacancy for our community. Thank you. I have question number 1. Please share your experience, training, and interest in serving on any committees, commissions, or boards. Include any involvement you have had in serving with local community groups, such as task force, service clubs, fraternal groups, or any other volunteer groups.
I'm on my 7th nonprofit, starting now with United Way, and going to be working with their coalition of nonprofits. Sit on a board over in Livermore for Partners for Change. Other than that, boards and committees, not a lot of personal experience.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Jeffs, for being willing to step up to serve our city. My question for you is, why do you wish to serve on the Measure V Residents Oversight Committee?
It was depressing. I was here a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, and you had a position for, I believe, an environmental slot. And there was one person who decided to step up for that. You only had one person to choose from. Not that he wasn't perfectly qualified for it. But I knew when I moved out to Tracy that I was going to be involved in nonprofits. I was going to be more engaged in the community. And when I was retired earlier last year, that level of engagement has increased. So I do have multiple nonprofits on my board, on my table now. I'm working with the University of Pacific. I'm working with Las Positas. I'm working with St. Mary's. And, you know, I'm not an idiot. Money and numbers are part of my career, part of my DNA. And so it seemed like a position that I would be able to serve and help with. So it's here. It's a non-paid position. I'm not looking for money. I'm just trying to work with the community. Also, you know, quite honestly, Mr. Evans, you got a room full of really smart people back there, right? I was thrilled to see more than one person step up, more than 2 people step up to fill this role.
Thank you.
Thank you. Excellent. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Jeffs, welcome. Jumping to question number 4, what is your understanding of city budgets and finances?
City budgets and finance?
Yes.
I've never worked for a city, so city budget finance, no experience in that area. Budgets and finance, leading global projects for the last 25 years, working in, you know, billion-plus dollar organizations. Everything I've been committed to is budgets and finance. This is no different. This is numbers. This is pure spreadsheets. I do understand GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles. I've got my MBA from St. Mary's. Go Gales. They're in the March Madness. So I don't feel I need to be intimately connected to a city and county budget, but budgets are what I do.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. In your opinion, what is the purpose of the Measure V Residents Oversight Committee?
Yeah, you know, looking at this a lot closer, there's a disparity in what is in the job description, roles and responsibility, and what was originally put into the position at the time that was voted in 2016. This is an advisory committee. It's not, I don't see it truly as an oversight committee. An oversight committee would be asking more questions around expenditures, which is stated in the original budget. when the job description came out, it lists revenue oversight or reviewing of revenue and expenses. I see expenses as something much different than expenditures. Expenses are the funds needed to administer the program, maybe your internal auditors, the money to keep the separation of Measure V funds separate from, accountability for the Measure V portion of the general funds. Expenditures are what the money gets spent on. This position is advisory only to the city council, where we're going to make sure the numbers that you get are unbiased, they're trustworthy, and you guys will make the decisions on how that money is expended. So, it's unclear to me if this is we're looking at where the money's going, or we're only looking at the expenses of managing the program. This role is advisory only. I'll do this role in whatever way you guys choose to have the committee work. As an oversight committee, absolutely. As an advisory committee, absolutely. You give me the rules, and those are the rules that I play by. I'm a project manager. That's what we do.
All right, thank you. Councilmember Nygaard?
If you are selected for the Oversight Committee, explain your understanding of the roles and responsibilities you will have as a committee member.
Yeah, we're going to meet once a quarter. We're going to get some reports. I tried finding existing reports. I'm guessing we don't have those online to the general public. I was a little bit surprised to find that. But we're supposed to go through whatever the internal auditors come up with, review that, get intimately connected with those numbers, which is kind of like a pastime of mine, and advise the council and the mayor on where, how much money's in the pocket, and also based off of this, what the expenses have been. I'm not so sure expenses was the right word to be used in here. I think what it really meant to be is how much has gone out in expenditures and where has the money gone. So you clarify that for me and I'll tell you what the role is. You want me to look at the expenditures and say, hey, 6% went to fire salaries, police salaries, 25% went to parks and recs facilities maintenance, 50% went to vehicles, because it's going into the general fund and it could be spent any way the city chooses to spend it. If you want my role to be to make sure the numbers are accurate, that's what I'm going to do on those expenditures. I'm not going to tell you how to spend that money. That's up to you guys. What I'm here to do is to make sure you understand what's been raised and what's been spent and where it's been spent so you can make intelligent, educated decisions based off of factual information. That's my gig.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Jeffs, what will be your personal approach as a committee member in first working with the staff liaison assigned to this committee, and secondly, advising council on your findings as a committee member?
One, I'm not going to be the smartest guy in the room, at least initially. It might take me a couple years, 3 years, who knows? It's a 2-year gig, right? I'm there to learn from the other people who've been on the board or on the committee for a longer period of time. I'm going to come to the table with a base knowledge of finance, understanding budgets, how to write reports, how to make numbers tell the story in a trustworthy, non-biased manner. As I spend time on the committee, that role is going to evolve. I may then start bringing in my own personal expertise and making suggestions, advising on how the committee can grow. I'm not going to come in there and take over the committee because I'm going to be the least knowledgeable person on the committee. So I'm there to learn, grow, develop, and make sure you get information that you can trust.
All right, thank you.
Okay, jump into question number 5. Please explain your understanding of the city's general fund versus enterprise funds.
General fund, you can spend it on police, fire, parks, recreations, and all that, anything you really kind of choose for. Enterprise funds, nowhere near a subject matter expert in this. I think that is more geared towards a very specific project. Like, if we were going to spend the $41.5 million on Corral Hollow widening, that money's directed specifically for that project.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
And please give an example of a time when you had to resolve a conflict or reach agreement with opposing groups and/or individuals, and what did you do?
My entire career has been in that. You do project management, you have a set of requirements. People want to get everything done as quickly as they can for a certain amount of money. The facts speak for themselves. I don't have to resolve conflicts when it comes to timelines, when it comes to critical path, when it comes to money. If you want to spend $1 million on something and you got $800,000, that's going to do itself. I resolve conflict by just staying in control, speaking facts, and letting the facts speak for themselves, mainly keeping the emotional piece out of an argument. And if I don't know something, I'm going to tell you I don't know something. I just present information and let the information speak for itself.
Great, thank you. Okay, the floor is yours for any closing comments you'd like to make, Mr. Jeffs.
I'm good. Again, you've got a room full of really smart folks that are here offering their services. Any one of them you choose is going to be good for the position. I'm happy to do it. I am more than happy to do it. I have a lot of things going on in my life, on my plate. And if I don't do this, I'll be doing something else. You guys have seen me around,
Okay,
So, no, I'm having fun.
great. Thank you again for your time. Appreciate it.
Thanks, you guys.
Jaden